Hey everyone, Thar here with the Rebellious Garden. Yes, it's me. I'm just in gnat mode. This is an awesome find. Actually recommended by Phoenix Farms, who they have a booth at the market where I sell flowers at, and they recommended like a mosquito hat. I know this isn't official like beekeeper attire, but it has, and I'm not beekeeping by the way, but it's a really cool hat. Wide brim, provides some shade, but also has a cord underneath to keep the hat on my head, because sometimes it does get breezy out here, and that is one, I guess, drawback I can say, is sometimes the wind catches the hat and it like pops it off. So when the wind is blowing out here, which I would love a breeze right about now, I will have this secure. I don't particularly care about things around my neck, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. However, the mosquito net area, I don't know what you call this fabric, but this really fine mesh material also has a little pull string, so I can tighten this around my neck and keep lots and lots of those gnats out. The one thing I did forget was my bug spray. So the gnats are crawling on my arms, so you'll see me flinching a lot. That's just, I'm trying to knock the gnats off. But this keeps them out of my nose, my ears, my mouth. Keeps them from buzzing my ears. I can't stand gnats and mosquitoes, like that sound that they make in my ears. So this has really helped tremendously and is a lot more functional than having a shirt draped over my head. But when I forget this at home, the shirt draped over my head works as well. So today's video, as I promised in the previous video, I'm going to start filming more, and so hopefully getting back into a little bit more of a normal routine. And so with everything that's going on this year, I'm just trying to, you know, get that normal back in. There's a train coming through if you hear it in the background. But here's the field. It is July, I don't know what today's date is, July 23rd. Tuesday, July 23rd. That is when I am filming this video. It has literally been raining for a week, and I'm not complaining. I am not complaining one bit, because we went a solid month of no rain at the field. We had a few showers at my house, which is about 20 minutes from the field, but here at the field there was no rain, and we had consistent 90+ degree temps for a couple of weeks there during that month. We had knocking right at 100, if not over 100 degree temps. So yeah, it was dry the whole time, high temps. I spent hours every day watering. It was not fun at all, but that is part of the flower farming experience. So I, for one, am not complaining for the rain that we have had almost every day for this past week. I am thankful for it. I'm looking forward to seeing the drought models come out, because we were, where I'm at, we were in a moderate, very quickly headed into that severe drought phase. So I'm hoping this rain that we've had is going to bring us up out of that, and I hope we continue to get rain, maybe not like the horrible downpours that we've been getting, because we'll get like a really nice rain shower and then you'll just have the really nasty heavy downpours that just kind of runs off. So it's, I don't say it's pointless, but it doesn't get the job done. So I'm hoping we consistently have rain for the remainder of the season. Maybe not every day, but every other day. That would be lovely. Because taking the task of watering the field off my hands saves me a lot of time. With everything that went on earlier this year, I didn't really have time to figure out an irrigation plan, which that was kind of my plan for this year, was to do some sort of irrigation out here. But yeah, that didn't happen. So we're going to plan for that as a big project next year. But I'm out here today. Like I said, it's July 23rd, and it is what it is. It is not organized. Everything planted all organized the way I wanted to. I lost a lot of stuff at the beginning of the season due to high heat. We had a snap of like 90 degree temps in the middle of April, which is also when my husband's accident occurred. And so I was not here for 5 days because I was at the hospital with him. And my parents and my in-laws, I'm trying not to cry. My parents and my in-laws were back and forth to the house. Or not back and forth to the house, but they were staying at the house, making sure our kids were good, and they were doing their best to keep everything alive around there. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think about the field during that time. I had more important things on my mind. And so I lost a lot of my plants because they were still seedling, maybe like teenager seedling stage, if that makes sense. When we had those few days of 90+ degree temps in the middle of April, which was really weird, and no water. So it's okay. It is what it is. I had seedlings inside. I had seedlings outside of my house. My parents, my in-laws kept those watered, kept those alive, kept the flowers at my house alive. So I'm not complaining. We had to kind of scrap and restart a lot of these, but it's okay. It is what it is. We just adjust and we keep moving on. So anyway, I'm rambling, but I'm going to take you for a quick walk in the field, and then I am going to get to cutting before the next storm moves in. You can see the clouds back that way, and we're supposed to get some really heavy rains moving in here within the hour, and so I need to get this stuff cut because I've got a bride hoping for a few buckets of flowers this weekend. So quick little field tour, and then I'll get to cutting and show you what I got. But like I said, things just kind of got mixed up and mixed in. So I wanted to have everything kind of laid out, kind of how you see here, Lisianthus, feverfew, you know, all my snapdragons. So early season stuff that survived, you know, that's kind of how I had it planned. But kind of right here, this was a section that when I planted stuff, it died off. And even when I replanted, because of all the doctor's appointments, I wasn't able to get out here as much as I needed to. And so I lost a lot of the stuff that I replanted in its place. So it is what it is. We're not going to cry about it. So mixed into this overgrown grassy area, because we've been working to try to keep the grass under control. My husband and son were out here this past week getting it mowed. So I am thankful for that. But I've got to get out here and pull weeds in the beds because it is a hot mess. Anyway, I have a few surviving Gomphrena plants here. I have celosia, lemon basil. Those are volunteer zinnias from last year. So anytime a volunteer pops up, I let it grow. I do not pull it. Flamingo feather, celosia, weeds. Need to get those gone. These were white swan marigolds that the June bugs got a hold of, and yeah, I've been battling those terrible this year. So we move into zinnias, kind of where some of my organization starts popping in. Lots of gorgeous, gorgeous zinnias. I'm loving the pinks this year. And the queen lime roses, I'm just loving it. Cosmos. Oh, sorry, bee, I didn't mean to make you fly away. And if my camera has not adjusted focus, I am sorry, because I can't see through this net very well. But Cosmos, kid you not, that one is taller than me. Volunteer amaranth from last year. I lost a lot of plants through this area. Tried to replant, lost them again. It is what it is. Got a few more Cosmos growing. Some celosia growing. More zinnias. Oh my gosh, I gotta get a hold of this grass over here. It is a mess. So zinnias and Cosmos mixed in, because this was one of the last areas I got planted. Whew, when that sun comes out after a good rain shower, it gets hot. Celosia and amaranth I need to cut back. Lemon basil, some more of it. Rudbeckia. Some of the eucalyptus survived. The rest of it's grown out of the house. Little Lisianthus that didn't do good. I experimented with dahlias out here this year. I got to figure out what they like out here. Hello. Lots of grass. Straw flowers. First time I've had a successful year with straw flowers. I keep these cut and I dry them. Lots of snapdragons. I came through and chopped these pretty hard the other day. I'm gonna kind of do a double walk. Lots of zinnias. Lots more zinnias. A few more surviving Gomphrena. Rebecca. More gorgeous zinnias. My Sweet William has pretty much gone to the heat. This was status. Yeah, not anymore. Amaranth. More cosmos. Rebecca. This is where my Orlea and Calendula were. They're done for the season. More snaps. More straw flowers. A little bit of yarrow. A little bit of feverfew left. And then the Lisianthus you saw at the beginning of the video. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so excuse the hot mess. It has gotten very humid since the rain quit. There's storm clouds building to the north of me, so I know I'm getting ready to get run out of here. Hear some rumbles of thunder off in the distance, so I don't want to be out here when that starts. But I didn't do a hard cut on the field. I didn't get the Gomphrena or the basil cut, but that's fine. It does fine out in the field for a few days. So, but I did get the zinnias, the cosmos, the snapdragons cut. Those were my priority, as well as the Lisianthus. So let me show you what I got. Ignore my mess of a car. It's a working vehicle. So some of the snapdragons, I got a few Rebecca, Lisianthus, and cosmos, all different lengths. And then bring it forward. Careful, I have a bucket of water right here. I don't want to spill. Let me move it. It's like a game of Jenga. Hang on. And then I cut one stem of amaranth just for me. And whew, gnats are in my face. And then here are the zinnias that I cut today. And I'm going to cut more when I get home. But yeah. So I got 2 buckets. Again, I did not do a hard cut. They're still snapdragons, Rebecca, the Gomphrena, Celosia, basil, all that. I'll come back out tomorrow and get all that, but the storm, where you can see the storm clouds building back where you see the silos. So I'm going to go ahead and head on out before it starts getting ugly outside. So welcome to the channel. I'm going to try to make these videos a little bit more regular now that things seem to be settling down. Knock on wood. I'm hoping they do. And even though we're a little over halfway through our season, there's still a lot to share, so I'm going to continue to share with you on a regular basis with that, as well as my plans for next year. Because where we are in North Carolina, my season ends typically around the beginning of November, when we get our first freeze, traditionally. But we're really kind of starting seed. Like, the month of November is really the only month I'm not starting seed. I start my very first seed for 2025, kind of, sort of, Christmas Day with Lisianthus and eucalyptus, but actually in the upcoming weeks I'll be starting seed for 2025 for like the snapdragons, the yarrow, things like that. And then I'll take the like October, November-ish, I won't be starting any seed, and then in December I'll starting seed again for the next year. Hope that made sense. That was kind of rambly. But so the season kind of don't really end because we're always in planting and preparation mode. So yeah, there'll always be a little something to see. But anyway, there's a peek at the field. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you come back to see me again soon.